welcome to Lauren's Travels. I am in Sarasota, Florida, so on the west coast, to check out the Ringling Museum. I have been here one time before, so this is a revisit, but it's been a very long time, so I'm very excited to be back and take you around. There was a kind of long wait getting in, but bought our tickets and we added on seeing the Katazan, which is the mansion here that used to be owned by the Ringlings. So total $35 visit. I think we're gonna go check out the Museum of Art first. This building was erected in 1928, and most of the grounds here were established in the 20s. So this area has a lot of history to it, and everything is just designed totally different from how things are done today. So it makes for a unique trip. This art museum does have actual works of art inside, but you can't ignore the statue garden outside. Like, immediately draws you in when you get here. There's so much detail everywhere too, even on the ground, all the way up to eye level in the skies. It's just gorgeous here, and there's so much to take in. Definitely want to spend at least a couple hours here because there's so much to see. Imagine getting like married here. That would look so pretty. Also, there's a lot of butts everywhere. The amount of detail that goes into making this place so beautiful is so unique. There's really not too many places in Florida like it. And if you've been here before, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know what your favorite part about visiting the Ringling is. Look at that plane coming in too. We're very close to the airport over here. And I don't see any water going through it, but I bet when the water effects are happening, you can even see a spout right up there in the middle. I bet it looks extra special with all the water going off. But look how beautiful. This painting caught my eye. It was made in 1785, but look how spooky it looks. I love it. This painting's great because there's a dog. And this one was made in 1811. Well, this room is very fancy. This almost reminds me a little bit of the Flagler Museum that I went to in West Palm. But of course, a lot larger in size. This is absolutely stunning. And we have this whole wall mural over here. And this pink just makes everything pop. Yeah, this room definitely reminds me of the Flagler. How ornate these walls are. Insane. Insane, insane. And then of course the ceiling. You can't miss the ceiling. So gorgeous. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This looks like Bruce Wayne's fireplace. Also a very decadent room. Only a few statues in this one. So this fireplace actually used to be in the Huntington Mansion in New York City. It looks like it was completed around 1895. And look how massive it is. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. And some of the rooms that this artwork is in, massive. They just really open up, which is good because some of these paintings need their own walls and fireplace. The sheer size of these art galleries is insane. And it kind of reminds me also of when I went to Washington, D.C. and did all the art museums there. I'm gonna link that video here. That was actually when my husband and I were celebrating our honeymoon, and we did all of the museums there, but still wasn't comfortable talking on camera, so not much talking in that video, but still fun to watch if you want to watch it. And a lot of the artwork will tell you when the painting or artwork was made, but also when John Ringling actually became the owner of it or bequested it. I'm also here with my friends Jess and Ken. Hey guys. The museum also offers audio guides, so you can scan the QR codes and start to get more information that way as well. And then there's a new exhibit here that was just put in 2021. They have this giant wall. To me, it looks like a brain. And there it is. It has that light up center in the middle. Ken's getting that shot. So after walking down from the art museum, we are ready to explore the Ka here, which was built in the 20s. And this is where John and Mabel lived. We can only explore the first floor with our upgraded admission, but it's still really nice inside. They've got more art and collectibles in there. And these stained glass windows are probably my favorite part. Step right up and see all of these circus memorabilia and props and everything from the old circus shows. I just watched Nightmare Alley, so I feel like I'm in the right mindset for this today. And of course, something pretty impressive of circuses is how many trains they actually had to carry along with them. How many train cars? Because you think about all the different exhibits and everything. I mean, all the ones specifically for animals, all the ones for the performers. And we're coming up to where they have a miniature set where you can see all the different types of performers in the circus. It kind of sets the scene for what the circuses looked like back in the day. It says in 1928 is when the first performance happened. Oh, look, and now it's nighttime, so everything's gonna be all lit up. Yeah. This is so cool to see all the different little performers, and they set the scene here. Somebody fell. Here come the stretcher to take them out. And here are the areas with all the different kinds of animals. Looks like they have the elephants all lined up in the back. And each cart has a different kind of animal or reptile inside. And now we get into fun circus props that were actually used back in the day. This is one of the stilt walker costumes. Looks like it's from 1994. They have a baritone here from 1907. That's pretty impressive. And then right behind it is a bell wire. I don't think I've ever seen one of those, but that's from early 20th century. Now we're in the section where we can see some of their costumes. It's one of my favorite parts about this. And this looks like it was from around 1985 for this costume. Beautiful, beautiful detailing. So it looks like this costume is from the mid 20th to late 20th century. But it looks most circusy to me, especially the back here. Tons of sequins and embroidery. It's gorgeous.
You got this.
And here's some history of elephants, one of my favorite animals in the circus. Unfortunately, there hasn't been too great of history with the treatment of animals in circuses, but I think that they've gotten a lot better. Thankfully, cruelty is not allowed anymore because elephants really are so smart, and I love them. And I love the look of this cover here. Gunther. It's very 60s, 70s looking. There's a writing activity here where if you were a circus performer, what act would you do? So I'm gonna fill out my card and share it with you and then drop it right down in there. It might end up being in this display case here. So how did you like it here?
So this entire experience was fun. It's definitely worth the price. For about $35, we were able to go through a rose garden, a mansion, a circus museum, an actual art museum with a big open courtyard.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. If you love taking photos and you love shooting little videos, it's absolutely fantastic. So highly recommend it, especially for the price. But I had a good time. It's a good learning experience. I mean, you get a nice little show you get to sit with as well.
And it took
circus too.
It took up a lot of our day too.
It did.
So.
It absolutely did. So we got here at what time?
Like around 10:30.
10:30ish. Yeah. Left about like 8 in the morning or so.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. But yeah, definitely recommend it. And yeah, I mean, if you want a good day trip for cheap, this is the way to go.
Come visit.
If you have young ones with you, they do have a little playground right next to the rose garden, so help them get some energy out after walking through all these museums.
And of course there is a gift shop before you leave, and there's tons of fun things from Ringling here. And of course the typical things that you find in a lot of art museum shops, but this shirt's really cute. That looks like the tile outside. And thank you so much for joining me on today's Lauren's Travels. I loved my visit here to Sarasota at the Ringling Museum. I definitely want to come back and bring more people because every time I do, everyone's so impressed by this place. And it's really a lovely way to spend your day with people you care about. So yeah, leave any questions you have down below and I will see you next time on Lauren's Travels. Bye!